Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This last few weeks we have been working with this mantra here. Love is who I am. Gratitude is my attitude. Abundance is my nature. And well-being is my birthright. And this week we are working with abundance is my nature. I say working with it because I don't know about you. At times I have not believed that abundance was natural to me. Growing up, I was not raised with very much in my life. I realized at a young age that we were far from rich from economic standards, that I lived in a struggle mentality. I was born into it, and life felt like a struggle. And so a lot of times when that is your experience, you can have a tendency to carry that over as the normal, that's the normal way of life. It's how things just are. There are the haves and the have-nots. And certainly there are things within our system that have been rigged that way, it feels at least. But I really believe down deep inside now that it's natural for me to be in abundance of love, abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, abundance of peace, abundance of physical and mental health, abundance of money, abundance of affluence, the ability to come and go and do the things that I want to do in this life, that all of that is natural. And one of the reasons that when we are in lack and limitation, that we feel stress and anxiety, suffering, one of the reasons is because of a mentality, okay? A lot of times it's because we want things to be different than they are. But another reason for it is because it's not natural to be in lack and to be in limitation. We are limitless beings. We are abundant beings. And that's why abundance feels so good when we experience it. So once again today we're going to work with this mantra, abundance is my nature, and train the brain and train the body that is our reality, not the opposite. That it's natural to me to experience and to have abundance in my life. That it is natural to feel good and that it is okay. In fact, might I highly suggest it, that you have a life that feels good to have. Okay, let's go there. Moving past all of the doubts and the fears, all of the conditioned ways of thinking, and into the wide open expanse and the beauty of the abundance of this generous universe. All right. I invite you now to gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Straighten that spine nice and straight. Maybe roll those shoulders back a little bit and just allow them to drop. the reason for the roll back is just to open up the heart space. Just open up that heart space area, but let the shoulders just, let them slump just a little bit and relax. Really feel the support of the surface beneath you. Allow this very moment to support you and to feel the sense of safety and well-being. And here we are, right here, right now, in this space together. The birds singing, the music playing. Maybe we're right back in the same landscape that we were yesterday, where there's a grass-covered rock that's seated at the top of a mountain. And as far as the eyes can see, once again, there's rolling hills and beautiful trees and birds flying from tree to tree, singing their song. As we're seated here in this beautiful wide open expanse, this naturally abundant place, I'm going to invite us into a series of 3 deep breaths to fully relax us. And we'll go on a short walk together in a moment in this landscape of beauty. But I'll ask you first to prepare for a series of deep breaths in through the nose, about 4 or 5 seconds, and then release. Intentional breathing, filling the lungs up with abundance of air that, by the way, is always available to us. How beautiful is that? Abundance. It's natural. And preparing now for that first deep breath together, in through the nose. Breathe in. And exhale. Yes. Yes. And that second breath together. Breathe in. And exhale. And now even more relaxed, with the extra air turning on all of the cells in the body. The beautiful substance of oxygen circulating throughout the veins, bringing every part of you to life, and yet relaxing you completely as we prepare for another deep breath together. Breathe in. And exhale. And here we are, right here, right now, in this present moment. allowing the body now to return to its regular breathing practice. Really feel for a moment the effect of this intentional breathing. Feel how good it feels to the body. And imagine yourself again seated on this grass-covered rock, looking out over the beautiful landscape, and you hear the birds singing. You see them flying from branch to branch in this beautiful open expanse of landscape that seems to go on and on forever. And now you hear the sound of running water. It's off to your right. So you get up from the space and you start walking toward it. And as you're walking toward it, you feel the support of the ground beneath you, in amongst the trees. And on your way through, following the sound of this running water, you see a couple of chipmunks playing, running around under the trees, as if they were playing tag, just chasing each other with such speed and such beauty and such grace. And here you are in this beautiful forest of life and abundance happening all around you. You're following the sound of the water. And off in the distance, you can see where the sound of the water seems to be coming from, and there's a deer that's drinking from this cool spring, this beautiful, large body of water. It's a little more than a creek. It's nice, cool, refreshing water, and the deer is getting a sip from this supply. So you walk on toward it, and the deer moves on. And then there are more chipmunks and squirrels, and they are playing and moving about, enjoying this abundance of nature. So you walk over toward this body of water. You see its flow, but you have no idea where it comes from, or even where it goes. It's moving over the rocks. And it is so constant that you realize you could stand almost waist deep in this water. And you could truly say that you would never stand in the same river twice. Because the water is new and fresh every single second as it's moving from a source that you cannot see into a place you cannot see. And of this water there is plenty. It is abundance in action. This is the softest and most plentiful substance on the planet besides air. And it is constantly moving and providing nourishment without charging a fee. And you realize that this same flow and function is generated from the same energy that you are generated from. You too are a constant and consistent flow of abundance. Perfectly and beautifully made in the likeness and the image of the source presence from which you come to be. And just as there's a generous amount of water that flows to nourish all of the life around you in this forest, so too is there a generous supply of everything you will ever need from the generosity of this universe that you reside in. And just as the water flows infinitely all day long, every second nurturing, so does love flow from the source. So does joy flow from the source. So does courage flow from the source. Compassion, kindness, goodness, happiness, peace, stillness, financial support. Abundance is always flowing to you, for you, even through you and as you. Abundance is natural. Abundance is my nature. And I invite you to sit with this moment and just be present here now. Abundance is my nature. I declare right here and right now that I live a life of abundance which is plentifulness of all good things in this life. I live a life of plenty. I refuse to play it small and live in lack and limitation. Instead, I choose a life of plenty. I choose a life of plenty. That is what is natural to me. So to seal this within the atmosphere of our own minds, I'm going to invite us into a series of 3 deep breaths. And as you breathe in, I live a life of plenty. And breathe out, lack and limitation. Breathe in a life of plenty. And breathe out, lack and limitation. And on the out breath, maybe a sigh. We'll breathe in through the nose about 4 or 5 seconds, hold it for a moment, and then release it with the sigh. Preparing now for that first deep breath together. Breathe in. And breathe out. I breathe in a life of plenty, and I breathe out lack and limitation. Preparing for that second breath together. Breathe in. And exhale. I breathe in a life of plenty, and I breathe out lack and limitation. Preparing for that third breath together. Breathe in. And exhale. Now just allow the body to return to its regular breathing rhythm. I have chosen to live a life aware that abundance is natural to me. Abundance is my nature. And I will not allow doubt, lack, and limitation to rule my life. I choose abundance. That is the natural choice. I choose abundance. I'll invite you to now begin to stir yourself a little bit, but do so slowly. Maybe just wiggle the toes and the fingers. Become fully aware of the space that you are seated or lying down in. Once again, aware of the surface beneath you and the support that it gives. Allowing yourself now maybe to Stretch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And bring those hands together and rub them together gently, 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 gently. Feel that chi energy. And place those hands over your eyes. Consider opening your eyes behind those hands. Oh yeah. Wide awake to the abundance. Maybe drop those hands to your lap or down by your side. Allow your eyes to be open and maybe look around the room and notice the beauty of the space, the feeling of safety and security, the loveliness of the life that you have. And bring those hands together in the praying stance. Either take those thumbs and press them into your heart space right in the middle of the chest, or bring them up, as I do, toward the third eye and what I love to call the primary eye. And I say to you, Namaste, Namaskar, Amitabha, Aho, Om. Love and mercy, peace and grace, truth and tranquility, serenity, courage, confidence, truth, beauty, bliss, ecstasy, happiness, joy, 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 abundance. And so it is. Abundance is my nature. Abundance is natural to me. I get to live a life of plenty, plentifulness of the good things of life. Yeah, that's good news. Now go and make it a great day, because you can, and you know you can. Peace.